All right, guys, back with this week's Prime podcast.
Not started yet. You gotta do your beatbox. Mic check again.
You want me to rap?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta rap over it to mic check. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep it going, Meg. Keep it going. All right, go, Rye.
Meg and Rye in the house. We got a lot of.
I can't really breathe, but there's not really room to take a breath. Was that good?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
All right, guys, back with the pod. I'm so sorry for our long-awaited fans. We've had some sickness in the last couple weeks. These guys went on a little trip with the unicorns.
Retreat, yeah, unicorns. We went to fly with unicorns.
They went to fly with the unicorns, left me behind here. So I've just been waiting, long awaited, just like you fans out there, for another week with the pod with the boys. Any recaps in your life lately? How was your trip with the unicorns?
It was good. I got a lot out of it.
It was fun. Toronto's a cool city. I've never been there before, so I kind of enjoy. I like big cities.
You could see the needle
Generally
from
speaking,
the hotel.
yeah, our hotel was
Space Needle?
yeah, our hotel was like literally the next building over.
Fancy.
Yeah, Riley's room had like a bath.
The bathroom was like all windows.
Sketchy.
I was next to. Never mind. I think I flashed some people on accident. It's okay.
Maybe they're probably like one-way windows.
No,
like you
I
could
don't
see
think so.
out.
But she was on like we were on
Why
like
would they do
we were on like
that?
because we were on like the 23rd floor.
So someone got a free show, I guess, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I guess if you were in the space tower.
If you're in the Space Needle, you got a free show from Rye. All right, guys. Today's topic, I know you did a lot of talks on this recently, just kind of introducing kids to fitness, that kind of vibe. Just thought it would be interesting. We haven't really talked about that type of stuff yet. So I got, what age do you recommend parents are introducing fitness to their kids?
Right off the gate, huh?
Right off the get-go?
You don't even have time for like silliness. Wow.
Oh, we'll get there. I got some good stuff at the
All right.
end.
So our introduction to fitness for we essentially have three this past, I guess, spring. I wouldn't say spring. Maybe like summer, fall. We started looking at different kind of phases of programming because as our athlete program has progressed, we noticed that we started having athletes who've trained with us for 3, 4, 5 years into their collegiate, like late collegiate years. We have some girls who now are going to be seniors in college coming up that we've been training since they were like sophomores in high school. So that's like a 6 or 7 year span of training with us. So that for most people, they don't usually train that long with us. And initially when we started, all the athletes were kind of new. So everyone was kind of doing similar stuff, still learning. Now we have a broad spectrum of athletes. So we kind of took a step back and we're like, okay, how can we start divvying up the athletes? Because it's not always necessarily about age, but it's about like your training age. And what we mean by training age is different than like biological age is that like if a 14 or 15-year-old boy or girl comes into the gym and she's never touched a barbell before, her training age is 0 versus like someone like Al, who's been training with us for 2 years now, and he's like 13. He's done a lot of movements already. He has some, familiarity with it. He knows how to, use weights. He knows where to find the barbell, so on and so forth. He doesn't need to be kind of talked through every little thing. So the training age is a big component. So then we found that these athletes that we have, we wanted to break it up into 3 different sections, which we can probably even divvy it up more as the athlete population grows. But we have a build section, which is our kind of like 9 to 12-year-olds, which is the newbies to fitness. Then we have our grow, which is kids who have a little bit of experience and they're trying to grow and develop a little bit more. And then we have our shine, which is where athletes who've been training for a while or they have a lot of experience or they're moving from, into starting varsity athletics or moving into college athletics. So we have those phases. We do have general like age guidelines in each one, but it's more of like their training age. And the youngest we do is like 9-year-old. Although Abby's going to be 8 tomorrow and she participates in the class sometimes too. But Abby, my children like live in the gym and they've been here since they were like babies. So their exposure to things is a little bit different than maybe a normal 8-year-old. But I'd say, and Mike Boyle talks about this a little bit too, but the it's not only necessarily about how old you are, but how well you can take direction, how well you can take feedback, how well you can be coached. Because even if you're like 12 years old and you're kind of like a jerk and you can't take feedback or be coached up, then it's probably not right for you, because there are a lot of opportunities to get injured if you mishandle the equipment or the people around you. You know, we do have a group of rambunctious boys who kind of sometimes don't understand that they're in a space where other people are lifting weights, and they kind of will fool around and play with things. So we always have to kind of reel them in to make sure. So it's really, 9 to 12 would be like a good starting point, but it's more about the maturity of the child and being able to take coaching and understand that the importance of it and stuff like that too.
What about some like incorporating fun physical activities without it becoming a chore? So like maybe the kids aren't in a space in the gym yet, maybe that like below 9 age where you're at home. What are some like fun physical things that, I guess you have 3 little girls, like that you kind of have done with them without like Nellie and Abby up in here like doing stuff and lifting weights?
Well, Riley's a big part of this, and she's gone to both my presentations recently, so she can talk about it.
Pop quiz. Take it away, Rye.
Fine. All right. Number 1, making things competitive. Like with any game at any age, you make things competitive and people move a little faster than they would if they were just on their own. What else? Rank. Well, that's not like little, but what?
That's it. Just make it competitive for your
Like
7-year-old.
without it, like little, like fun, making fun, like
Making
activities.
it fun. Make it fun. So how do you make it fun? That's like the whole thing, like making it fun.
Well, that's
how
a challenge. Anything.
Yeah. So how do you make things fun is what you do. You add little challenges. You make it just out of the reach of success. Like we had a prime example this morning of a little kid racing an adult, and she got upset. Okay. So when I race my children, I don't just like blow them out of the water and smoke them. You know,
I would.
what you have to do if you want them to work hard, you have to be just ahead of them. So they'll push to try to beat you, and they think that's possible. But if you're too far away, they'll get discouraged and give up. Right? So if I run and I'm like 10 yards away from them, they're just going to stop trying, and it's not fun. But if you're close, side by side, or just a step ahead, they're going to keep fighting and trying to beat you and do it. And Jeremy Frisch, who I take a lot of stuff from, and he takes stuff from me and his different things. He's big into Boston and doing stuff. And he talked about having kids run shuttle runs. We all know what a shuttle run is. And then he said, but if I play pickle with my son, which pickle's like baseball, where they get in between two people throwing a ball and trying to tag them out. He's like, my kid will get tired after doing 5 seconds of shuttle runs, but we can play pickle for 2 minutes straight, and he'll never get tired. Our bodies, we train as athletes to convince ourselves that this thing that we're doing is going to make us a better athlete. So we kind of like override some of our fundamental like physiological systems in our brain to exercise. Exercise isn't natural, right? So lifting a barbell isn't a natural movement. Like squatting, sure, you can make an argument that you have to squat to go to the toilet, you have to squat to pick things up and all that kind of stuff. But realistically, like squatting isn't like the most natural movement. Lunging, like, do you just walk around lunging through the mall?
Every time.
Every time, right? So all these movements exercise is made up, right? So everything is made up. So the thing that we want to do is, the reason why we have a brain is to solve problems. And most of those problems are related to movement, right? So as a kid, if you see a snack on that table, Riley sees a sweet treat over there, her brain is like, I want to get that sweet treat, right? That's what your brain is telling you. So how do you get there? So how do I get there? How do I problem solve through movement to be able to get to that point? So the baby learns how to crawl, stand up, walk, inch themselves over the table. And you could do the same thing with your children at home to make it fun. Create problems to solve, create obstacle courses to get around, create things to jump over, create things to catch, or different ways to catch. Playing like kind of like horse or pig, with not just like basketball, but like with movement. You know, try to mimic. Be like, oh, can you jump and touch one toe? Can you jump and spin? Can you crawl like a bear? You know, make animal related things. I do that with my kindergarten, first graders all the time. You know, I have them slither like a snake on the ground. They learn how to crawl like a crocodile, walk like a duck. You know, have them do like all these things that they have in their head and try to make them solve problems with their bodies, or be like, hey, I want you to jump in this way. So it's just really about like having a creative mindset and being able to put different things in front of them to get them to solve a problem. You know, whether it's climbing around the jungle gym, you know, climbing around the pull-up bars in here. Can you climb up? Can you flip yourself over? Can you do all these different things? It's really just about solving these movement problems in front of us.
Yeah, I have a lot of little cousins, and I feel like being able to have the background in athletics and stuff that I do, and just love being around kids.
Do you guys want to hear Riley stir her
ASMR.
thing again?
But we'll do
Riley's like, why is that so loud? And she's holding her microphone right in front of her.
I couldn't figure it out at all. I was like, whoa.
I will set up like little like hopscotchy type of obstacle courses with them with like chalk outside, because I feel like that's always a fan favorite with younger kids is like chalk and drawing and stuff, and they'll help me set it up, and it's just like a good little pastime. But then they get to pick like the little things that we do, like you said. If they're bear crawling, or a big one for them is always like spinning. They have to spin 3 times, and then there'll always be like some sort of, not like reward, but I guess like, what's the word? Like when you are trying to like win something. Incentive. Yeah. Thanks, Rai. There'll be some sort of like incentive at the end. Like if you get this, whatever, like you get to, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're just
like
talking about,
fun
Riley
little
was talking about a little
things.
bit, like being competitive, having a challenge, having, you know, and at the end of our little boy groups, we usually start with like 5 minutes, 6 minutes of movement, exploration, somersaults, cartwheels, random ground-based things, gymnastics type stuff that a lot of kids lose as they get older. And then we kind of try to end with a challenge, whether that's hanging from a pull-up bar, holding a handstand, you know, little different things that force them to kind of challenge themselves a little bit, and also kind of build some of the things that we know they're going to need a little bit later on in life.
Yeah. So like kind of going off of the example that I just had, how do you make sure you're keeping them engaged and excited about the physical activity? Like you said, it's not something that I guess comes normally. Some people kind of like you're doing it on yourself, going to get that sweet treat. But like once you're in the gym, like in these instances, like how are we keeping them engaged and excited?
Well, I think that changing it up, there's two sides to this coin, and a lot of people will, you know, be like, oh, you got to do, you know, like 8 to, you know, I just saw a program recently of a high school, because, you know, I'm trying to build out a program in the local high school for high school strength and conditioning. So I've been doing research on it. And there's a school in Indiana, and they talk about doing like back squats for, what did he have in there? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 weeks of back squats. And like the first 3 weeks, it was 3 by 12, and then it was 3 by 10, then it was 3 by 8, and then it was 3 by 6. And to do 15 weeks of the same movement for a high schooler or a middle schooler or any of these kids, even our adults, knowing that you need to do repetition to get progress, even knowing that at myself as 42 years old, I've been training for a long time now, almost 26 years I've been training for, and knowing that that's the way that you get better at stuff, it's still not exciting to do that. So I think you have to have some novelty in there, and blend it with things that are fun and that they want to do. Almost every agility day that we do, we play some sort of game. So we play games that make it fun, make it interesting, but they're also getting benefit of. We're going to try in the summertime, I've been thinking about this a lot, is play a game every day for a warm-up. So making that part exciting to come. And yeah, do we still have to squat and deadlift and do all like the basic things? For sure, because we're working with some high school and collegiate athletes that want to get better at their sport. But at the same time, if you can make training fun and enjoyable, then we're leading them into a path of like always wanting to do stuff. So when you come to the gym and it's exciting to come and you have fun when you're here, you're going to want to come back. And the more you want to come back is what consistency is the key to all this stuff. So if you can get people to be consistent and enjoy coming, then I think you're going to win a lot of those battles.
So you kind of answered my next one, but I guess, Rye, you can touch on this one a little
What
bit.
is going on over there?
I don't know.
Stained my pants.
With her sauce that's on her hat. You want to say hi really quick?
Oh, what up, Addie?
Addie445.
What's up?
Just want to say hi to the pod.
Say hi to the
Shout out.
fans.
No, I don't have any shout outs.
No?
No fans.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Shout out to
How's
yourself.
the podcast going? Didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all right.
No, that's all right.
You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
My barber asked me, what's the fastest way to lose weight? I told him start running and then I don't eat as much. Would you agree with that or no?
Is he fat?
No.
Oh.
But he wanted to lose weight.
Yeah. My
just
first
start moving.
my first recommendation is usually never running.
Okay.
I would say walking first. Yeah, walking.
All right.
Walking and definitely nutrition is probably number one.
And don't eat as much.
My brother lost over like 150 pounds without exercise at all.
Shout out Aunt's brother.
Just nutrition. Yeah. Yeah. So, and my other brother who's really heavy, like really heavy, he always wants to run. And then I always tell him in like 2 weeks, your hips, knees, and ankles are going to hurt. Because he's like 350 pounds. Like you can't just go start running right now. That's why I asked if he was heavy. Because usually being heavy and like people are like, I need to go run and lose weight. And then all their joints hurt. Swass.
Major. Super swass.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of funny. That's a kind of funny comment because when people know you're a trainer, they always ask you like these unsolicited like ideas. There's always like funny memes on Instagram or whatever when people are like, you go to a cocktail party and everyone finds out you're a trainer and they're like, they start spilling the beans about like how they don't eat healthy or they make jokes like, oh, you shouldn't be drinking today, hey? Or,
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny that people like his barber just asked randomly to how to lose weight. And I think that's kind of funny how just people assume like if you find out like
Bye.
like someone at a bar is like a gynecologist, you're not just like, hey, I have this thing that I want you to check out.
Really? I do that with my podiatrist all
Yeah.
the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Like if you see them out in public, like, hey, I have this hammer
Juicy
toe.
toenail.
Yeah, because Nikki's father-in-law's a podiatrist. So when I'm at the house, I'm like, can you look at my toe?
Shout out
Well, that's
Mark
different when you're
Hawaika.
at.
Shout out.
What's different when you're at somebody's house, not out
Or in public. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, but it's not. Okay.
I have taken my foot out of my shoe
a random person.
and said, Mark, can you
random
look at my
person that you
foot?
just
I
found
think I
out
have
was
an
a
ingrown toenail.
podiatrist. So some guy, you just met this guy at the bar. Like you went up and you're having a drink and he's like, oh, hey, my name is John. He's like, hey, I'm Riley. You're like, oh, John, what do you do? I'm a podiatrist. Be like, oh, really?
Have you met me? Yeah, of course I'm going to do that.
Are you,
I think it
you
takes a
you see
certain
my,
type of
You see my
person.
pinky toenail?
The
It
camera
doesn't
does not
exist.
want to see that.
It doesn't exist. How can I get a pinky toenail?
Calling me out
implanted?
on live television.
Live television. It's not live television. It's not live anyway.
I think it takes a certain type of person. Like I would say we're in the boat that I feel like would do that. Like, oh, but like they're one of my family friends, like fiance is a chiropractor. And I can tell you that I most definitely over Christmas, once I found that out, was like, can you crack my back? Like immediately within like 30 minutes.
That was like 7 people removed.
yeah, but still.
One of my
Exactly.
family friends fiance.
No,
is
one
a
of my
chiropractor.
family friends' fiance, like I guess it's her daughter, it has a fiance of a chiropractor, and I asked him to crack my back.
And what did he say?
He said yes, and he did a damn good job.
Oh, okay. He just randomly did it at the kitchen table.
No, on the carpet, like at my aunt's house.
Oh, that's pretty random.
So it was pretty like bootleg
sounds
chiropractor.
like a HIPAA violation.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's.
Meanwhile, on the ranch,
Meanwhile, so you would say that structure and flexibility when you're training like the athlete group is maybe a little different than our adult groups.
I mean, yes and no. I think the adults need, and I've been kind of leaning towards this a little bit more. Like if you've seen with our warm-ups with skipping and different things that are incorporating, I have a piece of cookie stuck in my throat. And just seeing it, trying to incorporate more things that we talked about this before on the podcast too, where you talked about like people doing like the stick drop and having fun and getting people to smile. And I also think incorporating more things that get people to just to laugh and have fun, because at the end of the day, it's not that serious. You know, like exercise. Unless you're trying to like compete and be like the best basketball player or best soccer player, we don't have any of those people. We have like one or two. Like we do have the best triple jumper in the world right now. Well, not the world, but in the United States, in collegiately, who comes and trains with us in the summertime and the wintertime sometimes. And you know, Riley and I are pretty good. We're definitely not top in the world right now, but we're trying to be competitive. So you know, when you're doing stuff for, you know, a specific thing, sure, you know, like it can be serious and you have to like dial certain things in. But for everybody else, which is like 99.9% of the world who's not trying to be an elite athlete, then I would say try to make it fun, make it enjoyable. You know, sure, there's some consistencies and serious parts of it if you want to get better at certain things and that. But I think overall, just move your body, have fun, and enjoy the process, because everything else is so serious. The rest of our lives are so serious, especially, you know, you guys get it to some extent, but as you get older, it just, it wears you down. And it's just really just a good opportunity to take some time for yourself. Nah, but just take time for yourself and enjoy it. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday who used to be pretty consistent in our mornings. And I was like, dude, just come every day. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it, right? Just come every day, come the same time, set a routine, set a habit. I was like, well, what about, you know, like if I get sore or if it's too hard? I was like, don't go 100%, don't do it. Just come and move, right? Just come and move, and you're going to feel better regardless if you lift 1,000,000 pounds today or if you lift 5 pounds. You know, some days I just kind of go through the motions. If my body's not feeling it or if I'm not in the mood, you know, I'll just kind of start the warm up and get moving. And then sometimes I get in the mood. Sometimes I'm lifting heavier than I thought I was going to be based off how I felt beforehand. So you never really know until you kind of get the ball rolling and just kind of move your body a little bit and just let it take you wherever.
I like that.
Thanks, Boss Hog. The Meganator.
The Megatroner. What are the most beneficial activities for children's athletic and physical development, in your opinion?
If I were to take one thing and only do it, I would play tag. That's it.
Why?
I mean, if you look at, especially like if you were to come into my gymnasium at school and you watch tag and you see how much awareness is required. So if we think of athleticism a couple different ways, right? You think of agility, balance, coordination, and like a third or a fourth component would maybe like speed and seeing the field, right? Like as an athlete, or reading and analyzing stuff. Tag checks all those boxes. Agility, quickly changing direction. Balance, you have to kind of hold yourself somewhere. Coordination, being able to move in and out of different positions. Speed, you got to chase somebody or run away from somebody. And seeing the field and analyzing all the stuff happening around you. So if you can make constrained tag games with confined spaces, I think you see a lot of those things that a lot of athletes struggle with as they get older. In addition, you see a lot of kids, like especially if someone's trying to tag them, I've seen kids do some wild tricks to not get tagged, like spin and roll on the ground and get back up.
That was like you and Julian the other day. We were laughing because every time he went to tag you, you were doing like...
Yeah, moving your body out of the way in a different maneuverable, like things that nobody can teach you.
So mad.
Yeah, like nobody teaches you that stuff.
One of my favorite things is to play tag against little kids.
Yeah.
It gives you like an ego boost that you can juke them out so good.
Yeah. And
especially Juju. Shout out Juju.
Yeah, so I think the tag is, if you were to pick one thing, it would be tag. And other than that, I mean, the games that we play are pretty much, we pick them because they have a great benefit. I mean, any racing or chasing, like kids love to race each other. And it's just things that they're going to do anyway, you know, so it just put them into a little bit of structure with it to make it safe and to make it so they don't kill each other. And I think that tags and racing and chasing are going to be top notch.
Infinity Tag slays.
Yeah, Meg's a big fan.
I do love that game. I love watching it. Okay. I kind of said this at the beginning, but you went a different way with it, which is good because we covered some different things. But what are some examples of like actual games that you do with your girls at home that are more like fitnessy, I guess?
We don't really do a lot of games. I mean, we'll play on the trampoline. We'll like I said, we'll do like those kind of horse ideas, where we'll try to do tricks or jumps. We'll race up the hill. You know, we'll just play different things. You know, we'll play with the basketball, and I'll just have Abigail try to get it from me, or different things like that. Abby is big. Like before school, we'll just kick the soccer ball around for 10 minutes. It's really just getting exposure to stuff at this point. And I think this is one of my biggest hiccups with some of the youth sport movement. You know, we've taken Abigail. Abigail is going to be 8 tomorrow. And so as a 7-year-old, we took her to the local, I don't know, sports performance complex to do volleyball. And when she was there, she might hit the ball in an hour, she might hit the ball 15 times. If we were to play for 10 minutes at home, she would hit the ball 100 times. So I think parents are so, and I think part of it is that parents need to be more involved if they want their child. You know, they think that paying somebody or going somewhere is going to be the answer. What? But I don't think that's what it is. I think parents need to kind of play and enjoy the time with their kids to allow that development, right? And it doesn't have to be super structured. It doesn't have to be super structured. Like I said, Abby and I will just play, we'll wait for the bus for 10 minutes and just kick a soccer ball up and down the driveway, and she'll get probably, 30 to 50 touches on the soccer ball that she wouldn't get if she went to ASO.
Yeah.
And she can
you
get that
more individualized attention.
Yeah, and I kind of coach her up a little bit. I teach her, how to do it, and we try to keep it under control and keep it in a straight line and all these different things. We go short and then we go far. She'll back up and she has to stop before it goes in the road. So there's all these little challenges. And again, going back to Jeremy Frisch, he talked about one of his sons. One of his sons is like a gym rat, his older one. And his younger one, he never taught him formally how to swing a baseball bat, but he's a crazy hitter. Did you listen to that podcast? I sent it to you? No. But he said what he used to do is go to the Little League field, and he would find a distance in the outfield where his son could hit a home run. And then he would just toss him the ball, and he would just hit home runs. And then after he can hit 10 out of 10 home runs, he would back him up. And he would just keep doing that over and over again, and the son would just swing the bat as hard as he freaking could every time. And when you do that, your body just figures it out, right? And now he said his son has never had a swinging lesson in his entire life for baseball, but he's one of the best hitters in his area. Just by doing that, and that's how you can make it fun, make it challenging, do little games, because who doesn't love hitting a home run, right? You can do the same thing with your soccer, if you want to work on kicking in soccer goals, okay? Set a cone here and 5 feet away, make 10 goals, move it back. Make 10 goals, move it back.
Do you want to know why I like sweet treats so much? Because my grandfather used to bribe me. So this is how I got really good at golf, because he would take me to the driving range and tell me to hit a sign or something. And then if I hit it, he would take me to get ice cream on our way home.
Shout out Poppy. Did you go to Bonomo's?
No, it was Tasty Treat in Clark Mills on our way home from the scan.
I don't know what that is, but I bet it's yummy.
No longer there. But
R.I.P. Tasty Treat. But yeah, I like.
Yeah, but I don't have any specific games that we play.
Just putting it into your daily lifestyle.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I'm probably going to try to do more of that this summer with my kids, because they're getting to the age where I don't know if Nellie will ever be into sports. If I can get her into track and field, I will be so happy, because she's so fast.
So fast.
And she can jump so high. She has a 20-something inch vertical.
I didn't tell you this the other day, that group that I had when we were playing Infinity Tag, and
did she get everyone?
No, all the girls, the girls usually want to stay together, boys usually stay together. And I was like, all right, we're mixing up, everyone has to go against someone different. And they were literally everyone was like, I want her. I want to go with her. I was like, her name's Nellie. And they were like, all right, I want to go against Nellie. And she was smoking everybody. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, she's so fast.
She is so fast.
She's always been fast. Abby's not as fast or athletic, but she would work hard. If you tell Abby to go hit the ball 100 times in the corner, hit the volleyball, she'll go do it. Because she wants to be good at stuff, but it
doesn't come as easy.
It's kind of like Sid and Lex, to be honest. A lot of ways, because Sid is kind of fluid and everything comes naturally to her, where Lex had to work really hard for everything. Yeah. You guys at home probably don't know that, but they know them, so makes sense.
Both great athletes.
Yeah, both great. I mean, but just different, right? And they had to do different things to get to where they were, and that's just some people things just come easily to them, and some
Choked on an ice cube.
and some it just they got to work extra hard to get to kind of where they have to get to, and sometimes it's because they have an older sibling because they're trying to catch up or be with them. So
Yeah. Last question here. I feel like I talked to you about this a couple weeks ago when you did your first little like panel thing, but how do you encourage kids to stay active when they're like more up to do sedentary activities like watch TV, play video games? Like how do you deter that or monitor that, I guess? Like, oh, we're only going to watch like 30 minutes of TV and then you got to go do X, Y, and Z. In your experience with your two
I just
kids in
just
school.
turned the TV off.
Yeah, and then just make them play.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially if it's nice outside, like there's no reason to be inside watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
we have everything under the sun in my house. Like we have a flat backyard, we have a trampoline, like they have bicycles, they have scooters, they have rollerblades, we have a basketball hoop, we have basketballs, we have soccer balls. We have literally everything that they can possibly ever want to use. So there's no excuse to like do something. That's pretty
Yeah.
much all I ask them to do is just go outside and do something. Like
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, just don't be in the house.
that's kind of how I was growing up a lot too.
Yeah, just don't be in the house.
Like my sister, I feel like was different. I was just going to say, I feel like the times are changing a little where obviously everyone is like playing video games or has like some sort of phone or something when they're like 5 years old.
Yeah.
You don't see that as much. Like I remember getting home from school and immediately like I had a really big neighborhood with a lot of kids my age and we were like playing Manhunt until like 9 o'clock at night and like all this stupid stuff. But I just feel like it's a little different now. You don't see that
It is
as
100%.
much.
I think we were very fortunate. The neighborhood that we moved into is a very old school vibe with the kids who come over. It just feels like a neighborhood that you would imagine 30, 40 years ago, like how I grew up. The neighborhood that we lived in prior was not like that. Our kids would not be as active. They would not be doing as much. We kind of lived on a busiest street near kind of like a ghetto park. Where people would drive down our block, especially in the summertime, like really recklessly. So we probably wouldn't be as comfortable being like, our kids are like, hey, can we go ride our bikes around the block?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, for sure. But back then we wouldn't, or go out and play for 3 hours without kind of knowing exactly where they are. So the neighborhood we were gonna, I was telling Riley this the other day, we were gonna buy a house. We had actually put an offer on an original house that was kind of farmy. Right, kind of excluded from everywhere. There was no neighbors. It was like 3 to 5 acres of land, and we would have had a lot of our own stuff, but no immediate neighborhood. So it would have been really difficult. And because Riley was talking about her first house where she was growing up in, that there were no houses near her, and we drove by it when we were coming back from Cooperstown, and how it was off the beaten path where people wouldn't even want to go pick her up because it was so far away from like the center of the village. And then she didn't have a lot of friends that were near her. So it's harder to have a childhood like that because you kind of feel secluded and you're so far away from everything. There's no way to play. Like right now in our block of where we live, I think there's probably like 12 to 15 kids that are all between 9 and 12 years old that my kids play with on a regular basis.
Yeah, and you got kids like right across the street, right? I feel
Yeah,
like when
next
I've
door,
gone
across
over
the street.
before, and they're always like, I don't remember her name, but
Lucy or Addie.
yeah, Addie. They'll always be like, oh, can they come over and like come play right now? And it seems like fun, like it's more familiar.
Yeah. Definitely has a more old school vibe, which we're very fortunate. You know, when you're buying a house, it's always so difficult to know. You don't know that stuff ahead of time. You know, you definitely don't know who all your neighbors are going to be. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. But I think that's huge.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys have any other questions or things to add on that? Sorry, I'm just really trying to look at something, but I'm having technical difficulties.
I think
Trying to find my archives.
your anchovies.
How'd you spell tragic last night?
TRAD.
J
Or TRAG.
Jick.
Where is it? Oh, yeah. It was this one. How do I? Oh, perfect. How long have we been going?
30 minutes, 35 minutes.
All right, perfect. Because there's some people gave more like insightful questions, our fans this week. So I feel like we'll be able to expand more. But there's some fun ones too.
Okay.
This one's from.
You only pick 3. So pick wisely. Save them for next time.
Okay. This one's from.
unless they're like one word.
Yeah,
silly answer.
most of them will be silly. All right. Anyways, sorry. This one's from Frag, and she said, "What's the song that gets you juiced up?"
You have to come back to me.
I'm gonna get made fun of. Any Megan Maroney song, but probably Lucky. If you put that on 100%, or a Toby Keith song,
Yeah.
forget it.
It depends on the day. Like with this nice weather out, I love me some country music. But honestly, what's that? That song. I have to think about it for a second.
Hot stepper.
Yeah, I love Hot Summer. No, what's that song? It's like, "Oh, the way you smile, take your hands with me and place them both in mine." The Monkey song.
Dance Monkey.
Yeah, I love that song.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know.
She loved
Ever since it came out.
When that song came out, it was in the middle of our field hockey season. We all wanted to like stuff her in a locker because she would go around the locker room just like filming everyone, like
It's so
singing
good.
the song.
It's so good. Something about that
Remember
song.
it was
Yeah,
like,
you look at my Instagram. Wait, I don't know if I have it anymore, but I
find
used
it.
to make videos.
I'd probably say if I had to take one, it'd probably be like Eminem, The Way I Am. It's just like an angry rap song.
It just it makes you just get lit.
Yeah.
You had some Andy Grammer on today.
Yeah. I like Andy Grammer, but it doesn't like
pump you up.
It just
get me
helps
juiced
you.
up.
So why would you pick that? You
I don't need to be
It's
juiced up.
it's just a vibe.
I don't need to be juiced up.
It was the vibe.
But Andy Grammer just makes you feel good. I think it's just the uplifting type music. So I don't think, I don't want to, like if I'm going to play football and I have to like be violent and hurt people,
Yeah.
like it's different. Like I have
play
different,
that
like
song.
you said, there's different things for different purposes.
Oh no,
Marie-
Megan Maroney at all times.
Yeah, but
Maria,
you don't be violent. Like playing football, like it's just. I mean, you have
she's
to.
a pretty violent person.
Super.
Super.
Marie would be mad if I didn't give her a shout out, but she pretty much said the same thing as Frag. She said, if you were going to flip a house, what are you turning on? So it was like same thing. So I guess actually different. He's listening to this Eminem song.
if you want
Otherwise,
to make
Andy
me
Grammer.
angry, put on some like heavy metal rock.
Like flip a house like clean.
No, just like something heavy.
No, like if you're gonna like flip a car over,
Oh.
what do you need?
Oh, I'm saying if we're cleaning houses, then the music's definitely different.
That song for me is "Bot with the bot, da bang da bang."
Oh, little. What's the hell's this guy's name? He's like a mayor or a governor. He was the mayor of Detroit. Yeah.
What?
He's the mayor of Detroit.
I forgot his name.
Kid Rock.
Rock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
I don't.
100%.
I think I'm gonna have to fact check that.
I'm gonna fact check it right now.
I don't believe
Kid
it.
Rock politicians.
Not sure. Maybe it's his brother or something.
I think you made that up.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Lindsay wants us to do a get ready with me coach edition video.
I did see that.
That would be the quickest. I could do it.
What does self care look like and feel like for each of you?
Hold on, I'm looking up Kid Rock, so she's gonna have to go first.
Ant's a pathological liar. There's no, I would like
If
literally.
it didn't come up already, then it's not true.
This is all of his music stuff.
It's probably on Reddit and he saw it on like a Reddit post.
No.
Self care.
She's going self-care.
I love to take a shower after I work out.
I shower 3 times a day.
Yeah, it helps calm me down. I like to use one of those scalp massagers when I shampoo.
You know, I saw that last night in Target, and I thought about buying one.
It's real nice, and it feels really good. Like knowing, I guess, like, what's that saying when you burn the candle at both ends? I feel like, honestly, all three of us are probably very, very guilty of that. We're all pretty busy and, like, driven people, and my mom always yells at me and is like, you need to chill out. So, like, I guess recognizing that and, like, knowing when you need to, like, take a break, knowing when you need to say no.
So did
Self-care?
did you make it up?
No, I didn't make it up.
Yeah, you did.
I did not.
Where is it then?
He's definitely in politics
Pathological liar.
I don't think that's.
in Michigan.
Hey, Siri. Is Kid Rock a politician?
This is unbelievable. I think that
It says Kid Rock joins Trump for. Oh, it just went away. So
I think
you
they're just
lied.
like buddies.
Well, I think it's no. He's in politics. I think some of it is just that he.
What's your favorite snack before a workout?
I never used to have one until I started this week.
Really?
Nutrition. What? What's the
Yeah,
question?
like a favorite snack before like working out. I never
I
really
like
had
peanut
one.
butter and jelly.
Yeah, I used to go for a PB&J.
I like.
I don't usually eat before working out.
Well, not before, but like, like I don't know, like.
Before games, it
Yeah,
used
like
to be a
before.
smoothie.
Oh,
we go back to the
give me
self-care thing?
runs. Yeah.
What was the question?
Just what
What
does
does it
self-care
look
look
like?
like for you?
What is self-care?
Caring about yourself. Like, it could be like
Why is,
going to get
is
your nails
exercise
done.
not self-care?
It is,
Yeah, it could be.
but like anything
I
else.
think she was looking at for like, or maybe she was looking for
I don't
self-care.
know.
I don't know.
I mean, the only thing that I do that's outside of just normal day-to-day activities is I go in our steam room like 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's self-care. Or like getting your nails done, treating yourself, like
I
doing.
don't go to the chiropractor. I don't get massages.
Would you like to?
You don't get your nails done?
I don't get my nails done.
I think for his birthday this year, let's get him like a year's trip to get pedicures.
That'd be a waste of money.
Yeah, I'm not. You can do that.
You wouldn't like a pedicure?
Not really.
They're nice.
So really just, I mean, I think part of the self-care thing is it goes back to what we were talking about before in terms of, taking things so seriously and having things to do. I think we're just all overstressed from trying to do too many things. So if you were just kind of structure your day and do things that you actually truly enjoy doing, you wouldn't need as many things to kind of distract you from that. People ask me all the time, like, how do I do so many things? They're like I'm a robot or whatever. I know I'm like inhuman in some ways, but at the same time, like all the things I actually do, like I truly enjoy doing them. So I think it's not difficult to wake up and spend an hour with a great group of people that I actually enjoy spending time with. It's not difficult to work out at 6:15 because I know that if I don't work out, the rest of my day is going to feel like shit. I enjoy like running around and playing with kids and trying to teach them things. I enjoy, running a business. I truly enjoy every part of my day. I enjoy spending time with my kids. I enjoy cooking. So like all the things like that I do, I don't know if it's just because the way I look at them that I actually enjoy them or because I don't know. But I think a long time ago, we get this in this mindset, and Ben Bergeron talked about it, like kind of flipping your script and saying like, I have to do these things, so I get to do these things.
I said that week 1 of the podcast.
Yeah. So I think that's a big part of it, but that's
Shout out Riley.
Yeah.
been going for a long time for me. And I just, in some ways, like I'm trying to do a lot of stuff, but because, I can't be complacent. Like it's just not in my nature. I did a yesterday at a workshop, I did a color quiz. And if I put the color that I was in front of you, you would be like, yo, that's spot on. all the adjectives and all the way they describe it. It's pretty interesting. But that's my self-care spiel.
So you don't like to do your eyelashes or anything?
No facials, no eyelashes, no eyebrows.
That should be a good vlog idea. We'll do an aunt and we'll take them to get some like laser hair removal, little like perm. We'll do like a bunch of little self-care.
I don't even like cut my hair.
They don't know that. All they've ever seen you have is a little bun because you're trying to be like me.
Yeah, people were confusing us for twins earlier. They called me Megan like 3 times in class.
Oh, that's so funny. So that's pretty much all I have for this week. I hope that was a nice, enjoyable time for you viewers.
You don't have any other questions off the archives?
Oh. Not really, honestly. They weren't really like great ones. Other than that, it was like a lot of people just being silly.
You said you wanted to do something silly at the end.
Oh, I was going to ask you some trivia questions.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know because you were like, oh, you can only ask 3 fan questions.
Well, I just didn't, because, if you dive deep into some of them, it takes a little while. We're at 45 minutes right now, so we still got about 10 minutes.
So I'll just do a little
Happened
trivia.
to 30 minutes.
It's gone, dude. What was 30 minutes? The podcast?
Yeah.
Since when?
I don't know. Since week 1.
It should be like an hour.
Yeah, we've been talking for like an hour.
Get with the program, right?
Okay.
I thought I was gonna have to burp. I was gonna burp in the microphone
Meg.
for our listeners. All right, ready? What planet shares its name with a chemical element? You have to buzz in. Neither of
Do you know?
Oh, I thought you were going to go.
No, you have to buzz in. It's trivia.
Oh, you have to buzz?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ann
God.
did it first.
No, I didn't know.
Mercury.
Okay.
Yeah, you good job, Ray.
Thanks.
Uranus?
What is the only bird that can fly backwards?
I'm going wrong answers only. Flamingo.
I don't think they can fly.
Exactly. They can't.
A blue jay.
No, it's a hummingbird.
Oh. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
I was going to say flamingo.
Oh, what is the capital what is the capital oh my gosh,
City?
city of Canada?
The capital city of Canada?
Yeah.
How could it be a capital city of Canada?
Montreal.
No.
Really? Oh, it's Quebec. No.
Eh.
Ottawa?
Yeah,
It's Ottawa. That's what I meant to say, and I said, oh God.
You meant to say it 3 times?
It's because I messed you up because I couldn't say city.
I don't even know what you're going to say.
Ooh, who painted A Starry Night?
Van Gogh.
Yeah, but you cheated because you didn't buzz in, so
Who is Vincent van Gogh?
yeah, he got the point.
Okay. Point system.
Who is the author of The Great Gatsby?
Megan Chamberlain.
Correct.
Oh, sorry. Buzz. Megan Chamberlain.
Correct. Right answer would have been F. Scott Fitzgerald.
I did know that. It's one of my favorite movies.
I don't have the right answer for this, but I was watching a video this morning, so I just wanted to see if you guys knew the answer to this. Do you know how many stripes are on the American flag?
13.
It's for the
13 colonies.
Yeah.
Yes.
The girl this morning said 51.
There's 51 stars.
Oh, yeah, so she probably got it messed up. What's the largest state?
Montana.
Texas?
Texas. Yeah, Texas for California.
Cal-
The largest by land mass or by population?
I don't know.
Okay, what's the
By the
answer?
biggest land.
By land mass.
What's
Yeah.
the answer?
It's one of the ones that's like not connected.
Oh, Alaska.
Oh.
Who is
Wanna
the
know what he thinks
16th president?
Robert Hoover.
Wrong.
Is it Barack Obama?
No.
I'm kidding, guys. Really?
What is it?
Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, really? I thought he would have been earlier.
How many letters are in the alphabet?
35.
Are you guys messing with me? Do you know?
I actually don't know that.
26.
26.
Oh. I was going to say 27. I'm glad I didn't.
What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? I don't know. I'm going to have to look this up.
Oh, no. It's
1492.
That's when Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Oh.
17 something.
1776.
Yeah, that seems right.
Was
I think 4th of July, 1776, right?
I feel like, yeah, August 2nd, 1776.
Oh, August 2nd? I thought it was 4th of July.
It was, but then it was.
Oh, yeah, it was signed on July 4th. Duh. And then it didn't engrossed on parchment. I don't know what that means.
Embossed?
No, it said engrossed. Let me find one more good one to take us home. Country roads. Ooh. Some of these are so funny. Which two letters in Scrabble have a value of 10 points each?
Z?
QU.
Q and Z. I didn't know if you guys were going to get that.
She's a big Rumi Cube fan, so just like Scrabble.
I'm
What shape
really
is
bad at
wombat
Scrabble.
poop?
Huh?
What shape is wombat poop? You guys are going to die.
Star.
It's cubed. There's no way. Oh my gosh. Where does a dog sweat from?
It's tongue.
eyes.
No, it's paw pads.
Oh.
What?
All right, I think we've overlasted our stay here.
All right, sorry guys. Bye. See you next week.